Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Bookmap Price Levels Indicator. This is a new indicator that we just developed. We've been developing quite a bit. This is a new indicator. So we've been hosting these afternoon webinars to just go over them, and it shouldn't take much of your time here. We'll go through it in detail, though, and answer any of your questions. So it's up to you if you want to go longer. It's very straightforward stuff in here, so it won't take too much time here. All right, so a lot of people have been asking about this, so we're just going to jump right in and start to go through it. Risk disclosures. First, general disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so let's jump in, and first off, let's cover what is this and how can you get it. So you can see the price levels here on the main chart. Let me show you first off where you can find more information about it and get it. So we'll go here to the Bookmap pricing from bookmap.com in the pricing section, and we'll scroll down. Now, we've been adding so many new features in here. We covered the cross BBO yesterday. Here is the price levels indicator here. This is good for all versions of Bookmap except for the free version. Okay, this works for digital, as you guys can see here, digital, global, and global plus. It's all included. You will have to add it though. All right, so let me show you where you can find it and how you can add it. So you need to go to our Bookmap knowledge base. How do you get there? Go to the more button here and go to knowledge base. This is the hub for any questions related to Bookmap. Okay, once you go there, then you're in the knowledge base or user guide section. You can see it, user guide here. We want to go to the add-ons section. So click on that, and we're in the add-ons section here. Let's hold on just a minute, make sure everything's going okay in Discord. Yeah, you guys can see everything. All right, yeah, YouTube is going well too. Okay, so now we're in the add-on section, and these are all the Bookmap add-ons. So if you have any questions about any of them, or you need information, or something about these add-ons, you can find it here. We're going to scroll down a bit on the left margin, and we're going to go to the bottom here. Right now it's price levels indicator. Click on that, and here it is. Here's all your information, and just goes over the general, and then the percentages here that it's showing here. I'm going to go through all of this here. So I just want to show you this resource here. You can see we go through it in detail. This is not a very advanced indicator. However, we think it's quite powerful, and it's been highly suggested that we come up with something like this for quite a while. So we'll scroll down more, and I just want to show you where you can get it and install it. Okay, so here's FAQs as well. Here's how to install it. It's the last one actually on the list here on the right hand side. So click on that. How to install the price levels indicator. Download it here. You will need Bookmap version 7.3 build 25 or higher, and then you add it like you do any other add-on. You click on the add-ons configuration and add it, you'll see it when it pops up here. Okay, so we'll go back and revisit that in a minute here. So basically, once you download it from that knowledge base area there, then click here and you'll add it here, and then here it is right in the Bookmap chart, or I've already added it into the add-ons configuration area here, and it will show the highest price level, okay, at the 100% level. Okay, these are default here. It will show the mid price level, 50%, and then it will also show the lower price level, the 0%. And you see the colors here. These are all configurable, up to you. This would just go back to the reset value here. You can schedule resets, and we'll go over this in just a minute, and then you can also create some custom ones. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to get rid of the scheduling here and also the custom ones here, and I added a few. Let's just delete them. All right, and we'll go over the basics. Start from the very beginning here. All right, so what this add-on does here, if we zoom out, is when you open up your Bookmap, it will take the highest price level in here, and it will display it with this red line. It will take the lowest price level, and you can see that it continued to change as price went lower. It's from the data that I had in my Bookmap when I opened it. Now this does work on backfill data too, so if you add backfill data in here, it will take the price from that level. And then this is the lowest level, and it made a newer lower low here, so did the indicator. It shows the low of the day here from all of the action that I have within Bookmap, and then the midpoint, and then the high of the day, which you can see changed pretty dramatically today. Nice day to the upside here. Hope you guys caught that. We kind of were looking for a bounce around this level. Anyway, the very simple, very straightforward here. Now, is there any questions on that? I mean, this is about as straightforward as you can get. I guess one question that you may have is, how does this relate to the custom notes level here? And it's just totally separate. All right, so in fact, if you want to add custom notes, right click in here, and then you will insert a new column, and then right click again, and then notes, and then your custom notes or your cloud notes. You can mark up your high a day, low a day, whatever in here, but this is automatically doing it, and you can see it with the lines. Now when you hover over the line, it will tell you highest price level 100%, midpoint or middle price level here 50%, and lowest price level 0% down here. That's it. All right, now let's get into some of the settings though. Yeah, if you want to put in your custom note here, you know how this works, and I'll show you where you can find a video on this. Whatever it is, you can put in alerts, etc. In these areas here. Anyway, let's get rid of the custom notes and just cover this indicator here. All right, so let's go to the settings. This is what's enabled. Now you can, if you don't want to look at the highest and lowest and you're just interested in the midpoint, well, then disable them. Okay, and then in here you put in whatever color you want. Okay, that's all pretty straightforward here. All right, so let's input a scheduled reset in here. So I'm going to schedule one in here, and you can see the time zone here is based off of my computer clock. So here it is within Bookmap with New York time, and then there's two different ways to reset in here. You can have it at a specific time, okay, which is going to be New York time, or you can have it on a specific time based on minute, hour, and seconds. Okay, whatever floats your boat basically, and that's it. All right, so let's actually schedule this for, and you can see I already inputted here 9:30 a.m. For the S&P E-mini. Right, so that's going to and it's just loading it now, and we'll close this for now, and then let's zoom in here to this area here at 9:30, and you can see the reset. All right, so here was the high of the session, my Bookmap session, and then at 9:30 everything reset here. So this is the low of day down here for the cash session. All right, high of the day here, and then the midpoint, and where you can see we're hovering right around the midpoint as is at this point in time. Okay, so that's the reset here. Let's go over a reset for every minute or something. And for you guys that are scalping in here, we covered something similar in here with the Bookmap Dome product, the VWAP. There is a VWAP in the Dome product that and I'm not going to show it. I'm going to mention it in here, but it is kind of reminiscent of it here, because if we zoom in now, okay, we see a reset every single minute here. All right, this for this minute period, well, it's pretty interesting stuff. So this was the low, which is now turned into the high. So when you come back down to maybe some of these previous areas, maybe you're interested in trading it back up to previous lows or highs or midpoints. Okay, so mean reversion trades, or if it's kind of trading to the outside, maybe you're looking for a certain percentage or something that relates to this data in here. All right, so back to the high would be up here, for example. All right, so here we are at the low. Now, do we get enough buyers to come in and try to test that high? Well, I don't see them right now. The book doesn't show us very much at all either. So you can see we're just bouncing around within this range here. All right, but again, back to the midpoint and then back to this previous low right in here. All right, so you can start to understand where I'm going with this. There are many different trading strategies that can revolve around the resets in here, the reset values. It is the same with that VWAP, which actually it's in the Execution Pro product. It's not in the Dome Pro, to be honest, and that does have some trading functionality around it, where you can buy and sell based off of that VWAP in there. All right, so you could probably set up the same. No, with the Execution Pro, you can set up the same keys in here as well, and just trade back and forth. Now, again, this is not a trade recommendation. We're just showing you the functionality in here and some considerations. Okay, but it really kind of opens up things, and you can trade in many different ways in here, and different strategies that you want to look at. All right, so that's how you can reset this to each hour, each minute, each second, or the combination of anything in here. 1 hour, 1 second, 1 minute, and whatever it might be that you want to take a look at. Oh, you need to hit apply. Okay, so let's try that again and hit apply. And it's just updating the indicator with the red text here in the upper left hand corner. Okay, a few questions as we're waiting for this. Oh, you can see it updated already. Okay, so now you have 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, just to demo this here. All right. So I do like the cash open. You can see it remembered my settings from previously, and it's updating that now. All right. Let's see. I think it was Philip that really requested this in here, and I don't see Philip in here right now. Anyway, I'll point him to the video once it's uploaded. Vascular cylinder. Okay, so let's see. If you were able to automatically add high and low and mid points, can engineers add levels such as initial balance overnight? Yeah, no, we don't have anything like that. That's going to be a totally different calculation. These are just price levels. All right. Now, I mean, initial balance is based off the first hour or hour and a half of trading, and you can do that if you want to reset it at a certain time, and you will see it. All right. It's up to you. I mean, you will be able to see that in there if you reset it at the specific time. Okay, so anyway, let's move on. Let's go over some custom levels in here. This is kind of cool for you Fibonacci guys out there. You might like this. Okay, so let's put in 68 right here, and then we'll add a custom level. That's the name I'm giving it here, and let's take the slider here. Now it's very simple and straightforward. Enable the level, give it a color, and now the slider here will do a percentage here. So let's boost it on up to about 68, and there we go. We hit apply, and you'll see a white line in here now. Okay, and there it is. So this is showing the 68 retracement level here. Okay, so for you fib guys looking for something like that, well, that's where it is. All right, so now we can put in multiple custom levels in here. So let's go back and let's add in another one. Custom level. Oh, I don't know. What is it? Is it 78%? I know the 23.6%. We can add that one. Scroll down here. Let's give it a different color. Let's give it this light green. Let's put it at 23.6. There we go. Apply. Okay. And there we go. All right. So now you can see all your different levels in here, whatever it is that you're looking for in terms of a retracement. Now, again, this is going to be based off of the cash open, though. All right. So just so you know. Let me get to some questions also here. Would you be able to calculate for I'm sorry, custom levels for initial balance? Also you, Rob, as well. Yeah, I mean, here we can demo that. You know, another thing too is like you could obviously make, since that's going to be a static number from once that hour and a half is up, you know, you can just draw in your levels. You could also, as it's developing, you know, have a reset at that specific time. All right. Here, let's just zoom in, for example. All right. So, well, here's 10:30, if you're going off of that first hour, well, then you're going to add a you've got it nicely lined up here. Okay. Of your balance level here, or midpoint. Okay. Now again, it's not based off of the VWAP or anything like that. This is based off the midpoint. Okay, so that would be your balance level in here. All right, so this is a very simple indicator. Okay, it's just showing that midpoint in here, and then also the high and low of that period, whatever period that you put in there. All right, so yeah, then that would be your balance level in there. Okay, or you know, if it's at 11 o'clock, I can't recall what you guys are looking at. If it's an hour or an hour and a half, a few different traders I know they look at either or. All right, so anyway, let's continue on in here and take a look. Okay, so you can add up to 10 of these custom levels in here. I don't know how helpful that's going to be for you, but you can do it. Right, so this is it. This is basically the indicator. Very straightforward, like I said. I want to show you a few FAQs in here. If we just scroll up again from that knowledge base in here. Will it save your levels across all instruments? No, it will not. You'll have to configure it right now for each price or each individual instrument. And then how many custom levels can you create? There's a limit of 10. All right. So, and that's again based on the percentage between the high and low based on your reset or whatever it is that is calculating there. All right. All right. Well, anyway, lots of different ways to use this. Let's just go through maybe some practical applications of it within your trading. Yeah, you can look at some swings high and low of a certain period in here. So like right now we're bashing around back and forth within this period here from about 12:45 onward. All right, so let's take a look then and see if we can gain anything from that using this indicator here. So let's do it every 5 minutes, and let's just see what we get here. Okay, and we'll apply it. And boy, let's disable these for now. You can delete them or you can disable them here, which is a nice feature. Okay, so let's just disable them for now. We might turn them on in a bit. Boy, that's not helping much. Let's just zoom in and maybe we can gain something from it here. So every 5 minutes now we have a new period, right? I've lined the vertical dotted lines here with 5-minute periods. We can start to understand what happened within here. Okay, so yeah, here, interesting period from here on up to here, the new swing, and then here's your midpoint. Okay, price came back down into that midpoint area here. All right, and then it created a new level in here after another couple 5-minute periods, and that is very similar midpoint to previously here. Okay, now look at this. We got buyers coming in, testing the highs here. All right, so let's see this previous swing high up here. Can we get up there? All right, and now if we get up here, okay, do we see anything in the order flow telling us that we would break out up into this higher level or higher liquidity up in here? Not really. I don't see a lot of buyers coming in right now. It's not bad, but the book looks good. The book is they're on the bid here. They're kind of pulling on the offer a little bit, and we're starting to find our buyers. Okay, so we're up at that previous high, and let's see if we can get a breakout. And then we'd be looking at maybe some of these levels in here for a possible retracement. If we get a strong breakout, we're not looking so much for a strong retracement or pullback. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, see this previous swing high here and here for these different time levels. Okay, maybe you'd look at these areas for your retracement here. It's starting to align with also a midpoint retracement in here. So this might be a good area for looking for if you wanted to short this and trade it back in. You'd be looking to cover back into here someplace. Now, if you think this is going to be a breakout and a continuation higher, maybe be looking for this as placing your limit buy order to trade into, and then take you back up out of that area and trade up into higher levels. All right, so there's a couple different ways to look at it right there, and we're just kind of nonchalantly looking at a 5-minute price level and just starting to understand these ranges in here at a much better level, okay, or a higher degree at least. Let's see, if you want to take a look at this, I'm not sure if this was your question or not, Trader Tay, but we'll take a look at it anyway. I'm just going to show here, okay, and enable my custom levels only. Right, so there they are, my fib levels here. All right, so for you fib traders, you know, again, these are 5-minute periods, but this is a 66%, and you can hover over the line here, and it'll tell you my 68.2% here, or you know, down here my 23.6%. All right, so and then I also have low of day here somehow. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. So now I just have my fib levels in here. All right, so maybe you don't want to be distracted by something else. You're just looking for your fib levels and retracements in there. Can you add more than one static level? Well, I'm not sure I understand the question, Trader Tay. Yeah, no. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, no, it's once you reset it, it resets everything. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But what you can do at that point is maybe you want to open up your notes column, okay, and you can add in your notes in here. All right, so for example, you were looking at your initial balance, or let's say the high and low of that initial balance, right? Then you could mark that up and then you know, put it in here. So maybe you would you know, click in here and you would say like your initial balance high, and whatever, give it a style, notification if you want, an alert, and in fact, let's do that, because when you put in an alert in here, you'll note that not only do you get the here, and let's change the color. Not only will you get the alert, but you'll also get this very, very small 1 pixel line, okay, that goes across here. All right, but you have to put the alert on to get that. All right, so that's kind of a nice way to start to put your lines in here as well. Okay. All right, I think that answers your question. Let me see if there's any other questions here in YouTube. No problem about the ridiculous name. Okay, I got to put my glasses on. All right, let's see here. You loaded in a bookmap, but Windows appears explaining a slow GPU. Not sure what to tell you. Captain Price says get a new computer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many instruments you have open or how much data you have in here. You can see that I have quite a bit of data in here since 8 o'clock yesterday evening. So that's it will make more calculations based on that. All right. All right, I'm going to avoid the debate here in YouTube, and no politics in here. We're green, and not a green party. We are green in terms of profit. We're all about trading in here, and that's it. Okay, how do politics affect the markets and what we're looking at? And that's all we care about. All right, yeah, that covers everything, guys. I'm going to respect your time. We'll have another one tomorrow. It'll probably be about the same length, about a half hour. This one is really great. It is the break-even point indicator. All right, so actually, guys, we have a whole lot of events coming up. I'll show you that in the calendar. And if you don't know about the calendar, it's on our Google Calendar, and let me show you where it is so that you can find it. Go to bookmap.com. You can click on the More button here or Education here, let's just click here and go to Education, or you'll see it if you scroll down here. You'll see our calendar. Another way to go is through Education, and then click on Go to Education. It will take you to this onboarding page in here, okay, and all the different content, and then our schedule here, right? So yeah, we try to keep a close eye on this and update it so you guys know exactly what's unfolding. All right, so you can see today we have Rain, who does the crypto analysis. These are all East Coast time. But you can change the timing on it, etc. This is based off of my computer clock. He's at 8:30 to 9:30. We had the live stocks trading webinar with JTrader today. Sam actually covered that for me. And then right now we're having this event, right? So tomorrow we have Scott, and then we have the break-even point indicator here. And then on Friday, all right, now you can see Tom B, for those of you in here, you can see he's away on vacation. He will be back though. If we just go ahead the next week, he will be back here on Tuesday, August 30th. So just let you know about that. And you can see here at 2 p.m. we have Doug. Okay, so Doug's going to go over his options strategies. And should be a great event. I'm looking forward to that and see what Doug came up with. He has a new kickoff strategy that he's been kind of mentioning over the last few weeks. And then I want to go over next week as well, because we have just a few more events in here, and then we'll end the webinar. Unless you guys have any more questions, happy to go through it. We kind of bumped up rain here for crypto analysis 8 to 9 because we have, for you German speakers out there, we have a webinar in German from Oliver Sparring. Should be a great event. He's a futures trader and looking at the U.S. Futures markets, but has some interesting trading strategies. And then our live webinar. And then let's see here, what else? Everything else for the rest of the week. We'll be adding more in here, so keep an eye out for it. We have another guy in here, be interview, Mojo Trader Mike here, which will be at 3 to 4 p.m. On the 7th of September. Already getting into September. Okay, so anyway, guys, keep an eye out for this because we're adding all these new events in here in the afternoon sessions. You guys have seemed to have liked these and found them very helpful. So happy to do more of these with you guys. All right. Okay. All right. No more questions. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we got it all covered. Thanks, guys. And we will catch up with you tomorrow. Rain will be in the morning, and then Scott Pulcini at 10 a.m. East Coast time with live futures trading. Okay. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.